Part 1. The Architecture of the Dreaming Mind. To understand why you dream, we must first look at the biological hardware and the evolutionary software that triggers these nightly cinematic experiences. 1. The neurobiology of the dream state. Dreams are not merely imagination, they are a distinct neurochemical state. Most vivid dreaming occurs during rapid eye movement, escape, REM sleep, though we now know dreaming happens in non-REM stages as well. The chemical switch. During REM, your brain undergoes a radical shift in neurochemistry. Acetylcholine levels rise. This neurotransmitter triggers high levels of brain activity, making the dreaming brain look almost identical to the waking brain on an EEG. Serotonin and norepinephrine shut off. These are responsible for logic, attention, and executive function. Their absence explains why dreams are often bizarre and why we don't question the plot while it's happening. Muscle atonia. The brainstem sends signals to paralyze your voluntary muscles, except for eyes and diaphragm, so you don't physically act out your dreams. The emotional hub, the amygdala. The amygdala, which processes emotions, especially fear and anxiety, is up to 30% more active during REM than when you are awake. This is why dreams often feel emotionally charged, even if the imagery is mundane. 2. Why do you see them? The evolutionary purpose. Science offers several high-value theories on the functional necessity of dreaming. The threat simulation theory, TST. Evolutionary psychologists argue that dreams are a biological defense mechanism. By simulating threats, being chased, falling, social confrontation, your brain practices its fight or flight responses in a safe environment. This hones your survival instincts, memory consolidation, and pruning. Your brain is a massive data processor. During the day, you collect vast amounts of trash data. Dreaming is the process of 1. Consolidation, moving important information from short-term to long-term memory. 2. Synaptic pruning, deleting irrelevant neural connections to keep the hard drive efficient. The overfitting brain hypothesis. A newer theory suggests that dreams prevent the brain from becoming too rigid. If you do the same thing every day, your brain becomes overfitted to that specific routine. Dreams introduce stochastic noise, weird, random scenarios to keep your mind flexible and capable of handling unexpected real-world situations. 3. The subconscious, the director of the dream. If the brain is the hardware, the subconscious is the scriptwriter. Dreams are essentially the language of the subconscious mind, communicating with the conscious self through metaphor and symbolism. Integration of the shadow. Carl Jung proposed that dreams allow the shadow parts of your personality you suppress or ignore to express themselves. If you are overly polite in life, you might have aggressive dreams. This is the mind's attempt at homeostasis, balance. Processing unresolved tension. The subconscious uses dreams to solve problems that the logic-driven waking mind cannot. Because the prefrontal cortex, the logic center, is offline, the subconscious can make lateral leaps in logic, connecting ideas that seem unrelated, but are actually deeply linked to your emotional state. 4. Why you forget your dreams. The primary reason is the lack of norepinephrine. Without this chemical, the brain struggles to encode the dream into long-term memory. Furthermore, the brain is designed to distinguish between dream reality and physical reality. If we remembered every dream as clearly as our morning commute, our sense of history and self will become hopelessly blurred. Part 2. Mastery and control, lucid dreaming and beyond. Now that we understand the why, we move to the how to influence, enter, and control the dream state. 1. The mechanics of lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is the state of becoming aware that you are dreaming while still within the dream. This happens when the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles self-awareness, wakes up while the rest of the brain remains in REM. High-value induction techniques. To control your dreams, you must train your brain to recognize the dream sign. Reality testing. Throughout the day, ask yourself, am I dreaming? And perform a physical check. Example, trying to push your finger through your palm. If you do this enough while awake, you will eventually do it while dreaming. In a dream, the physical laws will fail, triggering lucidity. Mnemonic induction, MILD. As you fall asleep, repeat a mantra. Next time I am dreaming, I will remember I am dreaming. This sets an intention in your prospective memory. Wake back to bed, WBTB. Wake up after 5 hours of sleep. Stay awake for 20 minutes, then go back to bed. This places you directly into a long REM cycle with a heightened level of consciousness. 2. How to control the environment. Once you are lucid, the challenge is staying in the dream without waking up from the excitement. Stabilization. If the dream feels blurry, spin your dream body in circles or rub your hands together. The sensory input within the dream grounds your consciousness there. Commanding the subconscious, do not fight the dream. Instead, give verbal commands. To change the location, say, "When I turn around, I will be in Paris." The subconscious will fill in the details. 3. Common dream archetypes and their meaning. While dream dictionaries are mostly fluff, certain patterns are near universal because they reflect shared human neurobiology. Dream image probable subconscious trigger. Falling loss of control in a waking life situation, insecurity. Being chased, avoiding a specific responsibility or a scary truth. Teeth falling out anxiety regarding communication or concerns about physical appearance or judgment. Naked in public feelings of vulnerability or fear of being exposed for who you really are. 4. The nightmare protocol. Nightmares are essentially looping subconscious alarms. To stop recurring nightmares, use image rehearsal therapy, IRT. 1. Write down the nightmare. 2. Rewrite the ending to something positive or empowering. 3. Visualize this new ending for 10 minutes before bed. This rescripts the subconscious pathing, effectively patching the bug in your software. 5. Modern applications, problem solving. You can task your brain to solve problems while you sleep. This is called dream incubation. Before sleep, focus intensely on a specific problem, a coding bug, a creative block, a relationship issue. Your subconscious will continue to work on the neural associations while you dream, often presenting a solution in the form of a metaphor when you wake. Summary checklist for dream mastery. 1. Keep a dream journal. The act of writing tells your brain that dreams are important, which increases recall. 2. Reality check. Perform 10 checks a day. 3. Optimize sleep hygiene. REM cycles get longer toward the morning. Cutting sleep short kills your dreaming time. Would you like me to expand on the specific neurochemistry of dream incubation or provide a step-by-step guide for a 30-day lucid dreaming protocol? To fulfill the second part of this deep dive, we will move into the high-level mechanics of neurochemical incubation and a rigorous 30-day mastery protocol. This section focuses on the how-to of hacking the dream state for performance, creativity, and psychological resolution. Part 3. The neurochemistry of dream incubation. Dream incubation is the practice of seeding the subconscious to work on specific problems during sleep. This isn't mysticism, it is the strategic redirection of the default mode network, DMN. 1. The creative window. When you sleep, your brain loses the top-down inhibition of the prefrontal cortex. This allows for hyper-associativity. While awake, your brain rejects weird ideas. While dreaming, it connects $A to $Z without checking if $B through $Y make sense. This is why many of history's greatest breakthroughs, the periodic table, the structure of DNA, the sewing machine, occurred in dreams. The mechanism of action. The hypnagogic state. This is the bridge between wakefulness and sleep. N1 stage. Your brain produces alpha and theta waves. Targeted memory reactivation, TMR. By exposing yourself to specific stimuli, scents, sounds, or intense thoughts, right before sleep, you increase the likelihood that those elements will be incorporated into the REM cycle. 2. Advanced incubation technique, the Edison method. Thomas Edison and Salvador Dali used a specific technique to capture dream insights before they were lost to deep sleep. 1. The weighted drop. Sit in a chair with a ball or a set of keys in your hand. 2. The problem statement. Deeply visualize the problem you want to solve as you drift off. 3. The trigger. As you fall into a dream, your muscles relax, atonia, you will drop the object. 4. The capture. The sound of the object hitting the floor wakes you. You immediately write down the bizarre associations you were just experiencing. Part 4. the 30-day Dream Mastery Protocol. This is a structured regimen to move from forgetting dreams to controlling the environment. Phase 1, Days 110, Recall and Encoding. You cannot control a dream you don't remember. Your goal is to increase dream salience. The no move rule. When you wake up, do not move a muscle, not even your eyes. Moving triggers the release of serotonin, which washes away the dream memory. Lie still and reel the dream back in. The microjournal. Keep a notebook or voice recorder by the bed. Write down keywords immediately. Even if you only remember blue car, write it down. Blue light fast. Stop all screens 60 minutes before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin, which is the precursor to the deep REM cycles needed for vivid dreaming. Phase 2, Days 11-20, the awareness trigger. Now that you remember dreams, you must learn to wake up inside them. The digital reality check. In dreams, text and numbers are unstable. If you look at a clock, look away, and look back, the time will change. Make it a habit to check your watch twice every hour during the day. Prospective memory training. Throughout the day, pick a trigger. Example, every time I walk through a door. When you hit that trigger, ask, is this a dream? The senses check. Ask yourself, how did I get here? Dreams rarely have a beginning, they start in the middle of the action. If you can't remember the last 20 minutes of your life, you are dreaming. Phase 3, Days 21-30, Manipulation and Command. This is the lucid control phase. Techniques for dream stability. Many beginners wake up the moment they realize they are dreaming because the heart rate spikes. Grounding. Rub your hands together or touch a wall in the dream. The tactile sensation forces the brain to maintain the simulation. Clarity command. If the dream is blurry, shout at the sky, clarity now. Your subconscious will respond by increasing the resolution of the dream. Intentional navigation. The doorway method. To change locations, don't try to teleport. Find a door, decide what is on the other side, and walk through. The mirror warning. Avoid looking in mirrors during the first few days of lucidity. The subconscious often projects unfiltered self-images that can be disturbing or cause you to wake up from the shock. Part 5. Summary of high-value insights. Category key takeaway. The Y evolution's way of defragmenting your hard drive and simulating survival threats. The subconscious communicates through symbols because the logic centers are chemically suppressed. Lucid dreaming. A hybrid state where the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is active during REM. Recall depends on norepinephrine, can be trained by physical stillness upon waking. Control achieved through intent commands must be issued to the dream environment. Final note on dream debt. If you use alcohol or marijuana, you likely experience REM suppression. When you stop using these substances, you experience REM rebound intense, often vivid or terrifying dreams as the brain tries to catch up on its missed maintenance work. To master your dreams, sobriety and consistent sleep timing are your most powerful tools. Greater than important, dreams are a closed-loop system. Everything you see, every person, every monster, every landscape is a projection of your own neural architecture. You are the architect, the actor, and the audience simultaneously. Would you like me to generate a customized 7-day dream log template or a list of specific herbal supplements like mugwort or vitamin B6 that are scientifically linked to increased dream vividness?